Is Anthony Richardson really done in the NFL? There's a lot of things that I want to talk to you guys about in this video of kind of like where Anthony Richardson is really headed. We just saw a awful week from Joe Flacco, throwing multiple interceptions, just like a pick six on his very first pass of the game. You started hearing boos from the crowd, right? Even Steichen was saying, look, Flacco is our guy as of right now. He is still our guy. There's a lot of questions in the air. Will Anthony Richardson get another opportunity? I think he clearly gets another opportunity. He's young. He's got a ton to learn. Even going back as a full-time starter at Florida, he had 12 games under his belt, threw for about 53% of his passes. You know, that's what his completion percentage was. He's never been a massive completion type of guy, throwing the football all over the field. That's just not what he does. You know, he had a 6-6 record as a starting quarterback at Florida that last year, and it's just, you get what you get, right? But you have to develop this guy if you want him to be anything. We look at what he did this season, and he breaks down some of the teams that he's played really good teams against the quarterback position this year. Just look at these teams right here. And the only ones you could really say that is not, you know, great against the quarterback would be the Houston Texans, right? Which he did play them twice. But he played Green Bay, he played Chicago, he played Pittsburgh, played Miami. All of these teams are top-notch against the quarterback for fantasy points allowed. So, I mean, I'm not trying to give Anthony Richardson a pass by any means. I mean, he is completely cockadoodle right now, but he needs to improve on his passing accuracy. He's got Jonathan Taylor in the backfield, who's running very good right now. You look at his receivers, Michael Pittman, he's kind of been off and on with his injuries. Adonai Mitchell's kind of stepping on into a major role. Josh Downs, he didn't start off very healthy into the season, but he's coming back. Alec Pierce is doing great. Yes, they do need to get themselves a good tight end. Jelani Woods, I don't know what's going to happen with this big freak athletic 6'7" tight end. Will he even ever make it onto the field? We don't know. But they need to improve the offensive line just a little bit. But overall, even if there's a little bit of pressure, it looks like Anthony Richardson just kind of throwing the football anywhere he wants, and that's why you see all these interceptions that he's throwing. But I'm saying as far as this season, I mean, if you're watching this video right now, next week they get the New York Jets. I think from now on, they actually play some defenses that they should be able to beat. I mean, they're having some nice matchups, especially towards the end of the season when they're playing like the Giants and the Jaguars and things like that. I think Anthony Richardson can start to prove, hey, I belong in the NFL, but he needs to take, you know, just kind of check down a little bit, right? Focus on how Flacco prepares, how to be a vet in the NFL, and how to proceed, right? I think right now he's just really on the immature side, right? I mean, tapping his helmet to come out of the game. That's what really started all of this issues about Anthony Richardson. Is he truly a leader? You had quarterbacks coming out the woodwork saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's tapping his helmet to come out the football game. That's not what you do for a leader of a franchise. Anthony Richardson has a special ability with his legs. The dude can run. He's a big physical guy who can plow people. The problem is that he's trying to run over people. He's getting hurt. He's having these rib contusions, these rib injuries. He's having hip pointers, all types of issues. He needs to stop that. He needs to worry about being more of a pocket passer, you know, kind of looking across the field, going through his progressions, finding the correct read, and then when the play does break down, at that point, go ahead and roll out, make some plays with your legs, and get some rushing yards. He has a great rushing ability. He can do things not athletic like Lamar Jackson does, but he can get rushing yards up there. I wouldn't doubt it. If he had 1,000 yards rushing one time in the NFL, he's capable of doing things like that. The problem is that he runs too much. He's more of a run-first type of quarterback. And when he slings the football, it looks like he just wants to show off his arm strength. We all know he has a big arm to be able to throw the football down the field, but you don't have to show that on every single play and just try to, oh, let me show you guys how I can just sling the football 60 yards down the field to absolutely nobody. You're not moving the chains. There's a lot of 3 and outs. You're not doing what you need to do. So look, Anthony Richardson, yes, I think he gets another opportunity in the NFL to be a franchise quarterback, but for right now, he needs to sit back. He needs to learn how the preparation is done from Joe Flacco, a veteran who's 40 years old, who can get the job done. Yeah, Flacco's playing like absolute cockadoodle right now, so that means Anthony Richardson will get an opportunity, whether it's this week, next week, or the week after that. It's close to being able to say, hey, look, we need to put Anthony Richardson back in the game, because having Joe Flacco in there right now is not giving them a better opportunity to win any of these football games. We see all the mistakes that he's having. So if we're going to have the mistakes anyway, you might as well go out there and put Anthony Richardson in. You're starting to lose some of this fan base. You made the switch to Joe Flacco. The fans were supposed to get some winning football. If they're not winning the football, that's why you hear all the boos that you heard last week. They either want Anthony Richardson in there or make a decision on getting a quarterback in there that's going to help the Indianapolis Colts win. There's a franchise that has Peyton Manning and Marshall Faulk and Marvin Harrison, Tony Dungy as the coach. Like, they're used to winning football. right? And now you're in a situation, they ended up moving to Andrew Luck. That situation ended way prematurely than what they thought to, and now they're into a situation where they're just losing all the time. The Indianapolis Colts are not used to losing like this, and I think the fans are starting to get a little bit on the upset side. So what do they do from here? I think they're going to give Anthony Richardson an opportunity to come back in and show, hey, have you learned from this situation? You can't tap your helmet. That means you're running too much anyway. If not, go get in better shape, NFL type of shape, right? And that's what's going to help you. You have a longer career anyway. But if you're the leader of a franchise and you're sitting there tapping your helmet, especially on a game-winning play against a division rival in the Houston Texans, you cannot do that. You can't do that. You can't just come out of the game. You're losing respect from all of your teammates, not only your teammates, but players around the entire world at this point. Veterans that's played this game are looking at you going, what the heck are you doing? I can't even remember the last time I've ever seen a quarterback tap their helmet to come out of a football game. That is absolute just bananas at this point. So I hope you learn from the situation, and I really hope that he gets an opportunity to really show himself that, hey, look, I've learned, because he's got talent there. It was just earlier this season, I was ranking Anthony Richardson as a top-end fantasy quarterback. I had him number 2 behind Lamar Jackson. So many people called me crazy, and right now I'm kind of looking on the crazy side, right? But I'm hoping he comes in and able to kind of put together and string together some type of situation to where he can provide the fantasy stats that everybody drafted him to be. He was a higher draft pick this year because people thought he was going to blow the doors off, including myself. I thought he was going to be a lot better than this. His accuracy just has to improve. He's got the weapons around him to get the job done. Now he just needs to put it all together, right? So I think the Indianapolis Colts are in a good situation. They're in a division with the Miami Dolphins. Now that Tua's coming back, they're in there with the Houston Texans. So there's just a lot of situations there where, okay, they don't have the best cards to sit there and run the table as far as the division goes. But as of right now, I don't know. There's an opportunity. There is an opportunity for Anthony Richardson to get on the field and be the guy that we all love. So is Anthony Richardson really done for the season? I would have to say no. I think he gets the opportunity to revive himself. Can he do that? We're gonna have to wait and see what's the big situation with that. He needs to improve his accuracy. And if he does improve that accuracy and he keeps the way running the football like he's doing now, Anthony Richardson could be a league winner. Right now, you're seeing him being dropped in a bunch of leagues in free agency right now. Pick him up on your waivers, especially if you're in a dynasty league. He's too young to just throw out like yesterday's dirty diaper. Put him on your roster, put him back in the backfield, and just let him learn a little bit. Once he's ready, hopefully, you're able to put him into your lineup, maybe even for a playoff run this year. That way you can ultimately just win some championships. Guys, make sure you guys are hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are pumping out so many videos at this point. We want to make sure that you are setting the best lineup possible. We want you to hoist the trophy at the end of the season and win that championship. So make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. Become part of the family here at the Bayou Bingo Fantasy Network. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.